Day 19 of domestic violence and estate planning, and we're going to talk about protective orders and how they interact with estate planning. We've already talked about statutory durable power of attorneys and medical power of attorneys. Protective orders can impact who has access to you and your finances. Family Code Section 82.002 provides protective orders that can support safe decision making and estate planning by restricting a partner's access to your financial accounts, to restricting their access to your medical information, restricting their ability to make medical decisions on your behalf. Now, I would not rely solely on a protective order to do those things, but they can be an important stopgap measure while you're getting your estate planning together. They can also protect you physically if you are incapacitated because they make sure that someone can't come in the hospital to see you and other things like that. However, some people are really private when they have a protective order. They don't want to tell families, they don't want to have drama, they don't want to get people involved. Problem with that is if you are private about it and your family doesn't know about the existence of a protective order, how can they provide one to the hospital to keep an abuser from coming in? Even if you don't want to broadcast that information to everyone at large, you need to make sure at least one trusted individual has the information so that they can make sure that any healthcare facility has that information as well. Additionally, if we're talking about financial documents and stuff, you may need to provide copies of that paperwork as well as other paperwork like divorce paperwork, estate planning paperwork to different banks or financial institutions if it becomes relevant at this time. Now remember, I keep saying Texas is a community property state. If you're married to your abuser, a protective order doesn't change community property rules. It can make temporary property allocations and set up temporary things for some property like child support, but it's not going to make permanent property distributions. You need to go ahead and then see a family law attorney that can help you make those things more permanent. But the protective order can help you in the short term in terms of financial planning for your estate.